the secret of the universe, right? Like there's certain things that are just, we're not meant to know, especially in this physical human experience. Just knowing that you're here listening to these messages is a sheer sign that you are a leader in some sort. Now, whether that's a leader just in your own family, just in your own neighborhood, just in your community, or if you're meant to be called to a public big platform, doesn't matter. As long as you're doing what you're called to do, and as long as you're leading the way that you're called to lead, that's what's important. Okay. Again, doing so from a spirit-led, heartfelt way where you know that everybody has personal sovereignty. And so you're not telling anybody what to do, but you're guiding them to trust themselves and to tap into their own intuition. And by you doing that yourself, you allow them to do the same thing. Sometimes that's how we lead, is just by example. We don't have to tell anybody anything, but if they know that we're doing meditation every day, maybe that will prompt them to have the want to do meditation themselves, right? Maybe if they see that you're peaceful all the time and they're like, what are you doing? How are you staying peaceful? Well, I meditate, I journal, I sit with spirit, I trust, I pray, right? That in itself is leading. What's really coming through for me for this is, okay, we've talked about the portals and how every month has an energetic portal. January 1st, February 2nd, March 3rd, 3-3-4-4-5-5. When we got to August this year, I felt that Lion's Gate was way more powerful than any other year. And I don't know, well, I know why, because my guides are just saying, because it's the galactic energy shift as we're moving into the time of Aquarius, which is all about community and sovereignty for the people. And it's going to be a big change for all of us based on what we've known in the planet over the last 2,000 years. Okay. Now, that being said, there are some bigger cycles. Some are being said to be like 12,000 year cycle, which is like the way that our planet is moving through the photon belt right now. That's like a 12,000 year cycle. And then there's this ascension cycle of like a 26,000 year cycle. I don't understand this. I just know that that's what's coming through. I'm not going to spend time to wrap my head around it because I don't understand that kind of quantum physics stuff. So I try to keep it simple. So what I'm hearing is this 9-9 portal is also very powerful. I don't think I've ever, in the whole time I've been doing these recordings, ever worried about anything other than Lion's Gate, which is the 8-8. But I remember last month saying it was really more powerful than normal, and then it would be more intense than normal. And I just also want to say, guys, whenever I say intense, it's amazing to me how many people automatically think that's bad. It's not necessarily a bad thing when things are intense. It's just a lot, right? It could be a very lot of good. Like I had a really intense experience the other day with my guides and it was freaking fantastic. But I think the tendency is to think intense means hard, and it doesn't necessarily have to be that. So again, be aware of the subtle vibrations. That's something else my guides have been saying. I feel like if you sit down and do a meditation, especially on 9-9, I feel like your guides are going to give you some kind of an attunement or an acknowledgement of the growth you've made so far. It's almost like what they're saying is like, okay, you locked it in, right? Like it's funny because the wolf thing said never stop learning. And it's not that you're going to stop learning. It's just that whatever you've learned up till now is you've locked that in. Like you don't have to go back and redo that grade anymore. You passed that class. So now it's time to move on to the next phase of learning. I feel like there's something about a completion. Well, and 9's completion. So that makes sense. As they're bringing it through to me, I understand that this is a completion of sorts. So I would meditate on the 9th and ask for clarification of what level of mastery that you, I think we tend to feel like we never do it good enough, or it's never right, or it's never whatever. I feel like this is saying, no, you've completed this part of your soul evolution. And this, you've done this, like you've gotten your master's, it's time to move on to your PhD or whatever, right? So it could be that you finished a class of some kind on the earth plane, and so you're getting a Reiki certificate or an emotion code certificate or whatever it is. It could be a marketing certificate, like whatever it is, right? But just trust that I really do feel like this is more on a soul Yeah, soul level is what I'm hearing from the guides. Definitely do a meditation and ask your guides for clarity, and take the acknowledgement, um and appreciate how far you've come.